proud UCF program that has seen their year dissolve from high hopes to winless but not hopeless. The USF Bulls are in town, one of the hottest teams in college football the past few weeks, and they have a chance to play in the American Championship game if they can get through the war on I-4, the rivalry game here in Orlando. Even with the record of UCF and the circumstances, makes for an interesting evening. Here's Tristan Payton on the return. And Payton with a decent effort. And he will open up the game with a pass. And it is complete. Past midfield.
Whatever it takes.
And this is a tackle for loss as Eric. And there was movement.
Offside. Defense. Number 9.
Play action. Holman steps up and now tucks and runs, and the leg gap pressure as it is complete, and then losing the ball, and they're going to say incomplete. They're going to say that Jordan. Holman downfield, and the diving effort that time. And Patty takes it down to the 11. Patty again, as he stays on the ground, but was met at the line of scrimmage. Holman to the end zone, incomplete. Of possible winless season.
The season at that quarterback spot too.
Donald Delahaye with a big boot that'll go for the touchback. Reverse to open up the game. Pitch back, flea flicker. Downfield, it is covered. And it should have been. Falls flat. Second down. And here is Flowers as he weaves his way for a gain of 9. 3rd and 1, and easily Flowers reading that and then getting much.
He's got over 1,000 yards already too, so then you do this.
First down pass. Here's Mack on 2nd and 2. Bubble this time. Adams with a block out in front as he darts. 2nd and 1. And
good effort on defense.
False start. Offense. Number 81.
As Marlon Mack is in the slot to the top of your screen. So we come with Adams on the jet sweep. And Adams able to get. Play action. Get it over to Barr. And Chris Barr easily.
Illegal touching. Offense. Number was covered up and caught a forward pass.
Quarterback run, nowhere to go. 3rd and 8. Empty set for Quentin Flowers. Pressure off the edge, and it's incomplete. They come after Flowers again, but this time he gets free and gets it complete inside the 10, inside the 5.
Big cat anyways. Just rush him and put your hands in the air.
Here's a receiver screen, in for the touchdown, Chris Barr. So they go from...
Nice job out on the perimeter.
Look at Adams on the outside, number 87. He takes his jersey off, basically. Killings, number 24, had no...
The first career touchdown reception. Here is Tristan Payton again on the return. And Payton catches a good seam about them when it comes to just passing the eye test. We're going to talk a lot about that tonight. Downfield strike this time by Holman this year. 2nd down toss as he threw it low. 3rd and 10 now for Holman. And that was batted at the line of scrimmage by Eric Lee for UCF.
Boom.
And he's able to turn this one over as Fullwood is driven all the way back to the 11-yard line. And the coverage unit fine. Jet motion, and they're going to pass off of it as Flowers tries to extend the play, picks up a block from Marlon Mack. Mack was up. 3rd and 4. And that was caught by Johnson and advanced. First down, plenty of time for Flowers, and then
decisions to make. But he's made the right ones, and here they are knocking on the door for an AAC champion.
Flag is down on 2nd and 13 as Flowers kept it himself and breaks free into the defensive backfield before.
Illegal formation. 5 players in the backfield.
Flowers going to get it over to
Poe. Gotten there a couple times. They haven't been able to tackle him.
Need to get to midfield here. Pressure on him again. Flowers able to get free and gets it complete, but Shabani, number 49 there, is on pace to set the USF record for career punting average.
Ugh.
And this one wasn't as prettiest, although it takes a wonderful bounce to the 6-yard
put
line.
This program on the map for fans and for recruits all across the country.
C.J. Jones trying to muscle his way. Have a lot to deal with, and who he selects to be the next head coach. We'll talk about that a little later. 3rd and 3. Holman nearly picked up.
We're talking about little fella climbing the ladder.
Here's Houston as he hangs it high to midfield. Sets up to almost be a divorce, which is hard to believe after everything that's happened there through the years. As Darius. Full backfield here as Marlon Mack gets to the outside, utilizes a receiver's block, and forces the issue.
Darius Tyson, Dearness Johnson getting out front.
They go right back to it. And look at how far down he's down. Tice, Johnson, and Mack. And now they pass out of it with Flowers, who checks down and right
a lot
line.
of different ways.
2nd down run straight up the middle by Johnson. And the Bulls. So he's got real estate to the near side. Cuts back to the inside and dives ahead.
High school, it's a great feel for that.
And now some tempo. Looks to the screen, goes to the end zone. And
Pass interference. Defense. Number 33.
Tice is the back here in this pistol formation. Lead block. He follows.
They can still run it downhill right at you.
Flowers. That was all too easy to Sean Price, his 4th touchdown of the year. And for Quentin Flowers, his season record. The Bulls off to a good start. 14-3 here in Orlando. CFB. As Michael Hill, he cuts underneath this and kicks it short.
Come on.
And it should have been out.
Kick out of bounds. Kicking team.
UCF with Justin Holman quickly getting it out to the outside that time as he finds.
He knows we don't.
Well, how do you know he's
There's
watching the
2nd and 2.
Because he thinks
McGowan there. Here's 2nd and 7. Toss by Holman. As Smith.
size and an opportunity to go make plays deep down the field.
First down pitch here. McGowan as he is wrestling. Holman on 2nd and 6. As it was a long throw over. And that is picked off. It is Abraham with the UCF was moving it a little bit. And then the costly 3rd down throw. Turnover. Midfield, the starting point for the Bulls. And Darius Tice was met hard. There's a sprint out by Flowers. Big part of their success this year. 3rd down and 12. Running right up the middle is Johnston.
Pick up that first.
Flowers pulls it and then just tried to get a little. Here's a quarterback run as Flowers for a
Flowers on the
moment.
ground.
3rd and inches. Marlon Mack as he gets free, and Mack spins inside the 10.
Marlon Mack, if I hand him the football, the answer obviously no.
Mack taken down at the Turner check-in as that stack formation that they will run behind, but they are stacked up.
That's what UCF or USF has killed them with.
And here is Flowers. Quarterback run in for the touch. 21-3.
Scrambling, making plays with your legs, making some big throws downfield.
Return men are sitting up at the 12-yard line, and it goes to the 15 where Peyton returns it. So a short now kick. Playing quarterback for UCF as we see this wild night package. And he is flags all over the place. His head coach for Saskatchewan.
Ball start. Offense.
Sorry, America, that I asked.
2nd and 12. As that was a good strike and up and over. Nowhere to go. And then a little extra effort that time. As they stay with McGowan, and it was well blocked as McGowan. And they're going to stick with it, but tackled for a while. They're showing a little bit of pressure.
Ball start. Offense. Number 6.
Struggle period.
Here's Holman as he tried to check down.
Or they will.
And he's going to run for it here.
But shown that early in this game.
4th down and 8. And that's not going to get it done. Delayed handoff, and it is a big gainer indeed. First down at the 46. Quentin Flowers as they quickly get it out to Johnson, and Johnson has it. Ball came out at the end there, and let's see if that's live. So the call on the field is that it was a fumble and a recovery by UCF. And if he does get that chance.
After review, the runner was down in possession of the ball. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 40-yard line, USF.
So 1st down, South Florida. Flowers. He's going to tuck and run. Remember, they have the timeouts, as he has even more than that. A 1st down. And he's able to put the... Here's Marlon Mack with a gain of maybe a yard and a half.
Tice actually called him out and said, hey, you need to get out in front and lead. We're waiting on you to lead. Once he knew what his teammates expected from him.
Scrambling and extending.
They only bring 3. And that gives him time to complete it out to midfield as he's able to...
That's just way too much time for Quentin Flowers to get through his progression.
Here is Tice as he turns the corner. Mack goes in motion as they keep it on the ground this time with Tice, who lowers his...
off the D lineman to go get a linebacker.
And Mack spins his way.
They throw it out flat. A lot of things to look at.
2nd and 5. As Flowers dances his way free and then finds Marlon Mack.
This tackle right away.
That time on the keep, he could...
71% of their incoming recruiting class, Jasinski one of them.
2nd and 13, play action, threw it a little short, but it is caught by...
The outside springs free.
Here's Tice, and he is wrapped. And he keeps this time and tries to keep it. Get it here, 3rd and goal. Flowers. Can he get there himself? Yes.
You've got 2 guys covering a receiver out in the flat. No one commits to the quarterback. Watch the rollout here. There's 2 guys covering 32. Someone's got to get downhill and go tackle number 9.
But it was the pump fake again that made him...
Well, reaction for many of these jobs, as Peyton will have a chance to return from the 10. And he hops his way.
Because I think they feel like you can win right now with the recruiting as fertile as it is here in Florida.
As Holman gets it quickly out to Cochran. I agree.
Lane Kiffin can coach offense as well as anybody in the country.
At UCF, and I think he's going to have a lot of good options for an attractive program to come down the road.
They still win on guys. I think at UCF you got to be able to do that a little bit.
2nd and 11 as Holman keeps those legs driving, and then... And a little tap pass is going to be an incomplete pass. And Jones is going to test that left side, and he was 3rd and 6. Holman underneath, crossing 2. With time, batted in the air and falls to the ground. Quentin Flowers downfield, and that is in.
Quentin Flowers in this offense, man, they're taking shots.
Here's Mack. Picks up a block from the outside receiver and another one.
Just hard guy to bring to the ground, but got some serious skirts.
This time, trips to the top here, and they go with the bubble screen this time to Adams, and Adams just lowers.
They get it everywhere.
Show bubble again. Almost went downfield after it, but Flowers, look at the cutback by Flowers.
Quarterback in the second half of the year than he was at the start.
2nd and 6. As that goes into the end zone for Sean Price. Contact into the end zone.
It was. This kind of sums up UCF's defense, but come in, get a tip, it still goes to him, and then when you're tackling at home, guys, it really helps when you bring your hand.
His 5th of the year. ESPN is Michigan State looks to control things and find their way to the Big Ten championship game. Another short kickoff to the 11, and Peyton returns from there. Taj McGowan with a loss of 2. Pressure on Holman off the edge.
Next year as well. I like this passing attack. Possibilities next
3rd and 2.
year.
Holman will look to get the first down. Converted that 3rd down, their first of the night. They're 1 for 8 on 3rd down conversions. Selection committee. Jones trying to work that.
All of a sudden now they drop way down. Do they get back in the mix too for that 4 spot?
You know, and that's the one piece of language that we constantly, it doesn't count for you. So obviously a big chance for both Notre Dame and Oklahoma this weekend.
Committee. And you're right, I think it's a very interesting debate between those two teams if they win their next games.
Quentin
An
Flowers.
opponent that the selection committee can use to differentiate.
Yep, but my only argument to that would be they did. Yeah, but here's the thing.
The fans absolutely hate each other. It's
yeah, but
great.
it's not very competitive.
Here's how
Recently,
South Florida's going to open up.
Texas A&M. Yeah, I mean, yeah, exactly. There were some great rivalries that we just don't see anymore.
Matt Chabadi hangs this up. The conversation can be had. High
Who also could be another one-loss team in the mix.
See what happens against Stanford.
Offense, number
Who's
79.
the dominant team that you just say, oh my God, we can't touch them? Who's the Florida State team from a couple years ago?
Intercepted. As Holman picked it off.
Yeah, Ronnie Hoggins, he's been a ball feeling here. See Holman here trying to keep the safety in the middle of the field. He throws this out, and Hoggins, again, 5 South Florida. They've won on recruits here in state this offseason. Watch out for USF next year.
You know, it's interesting. You didn't have any O-line on those graphics.
Pac-12 in this conference, and I think it's a sign of a good conference.
3rd and 9. Flowers found a seam and then down the sideline. And Mack now just patiently waiting.
Last series, we see these guys.
See the rushing mark set by Flowers. Here's Marlon Mack. Whoa. Kept his balance as 3rd and 9. To the end zone he goes. 41-yard attempt. He's made his last 7. 8. And it bounces in 3 South Florida as they are hoping they can find their way to the American Conference Championship game. Short kick was fielded by Peyton at the 12 as he tried to reverse course and is taken down. Incomplete. Now that would give him a big opportunity for this Heisman race.
Big time. If he can finish strong, he will obviously against South Carolina, and then has a showdown against Florida or UNC where he might have to outscore better a year ago. Mike Williams was healthy. I mean, they would. He is the engine. He is the engine on that team.
Mac Loudermilk, this losing streak. Now, Jess, when I studied marketing and sales strategy, and
you got to buy booze at that point. It's not free until the game kicks.
That's a good point. You also have to arrive at the free beer time and time again. And Marlon Mack just taking advantage of
carry. So
8 100-yard games now on the year, David.
I think he got his hundo.
Played 2 games under Bill O'Brien at Penn State as a true freshman as he hands off.
Decisions and making good decisions.
here is Tice.
Whoa.
And it'll be good enough. Tap pass forward this time.
They're good in their assignments. They communicate, play well together. They've been awesome.
Straight up the middle this time goes Tice.
He came off a couple plays ago.
He's kind of got that WWE persona, doesn't he? Big time character.
He said he wants to be.
Better question. We had 18 in the house for this week.
That had to be a lot of fun, dude.
It was awesome. We have 8, 7 and under. Joe Tess, where'd you go? Where'd you go, Joe?
You know, we just had the
Maybe you've
4
heard
of
of
us.
it. Maybe you've heard of it.
What's the place called, Joe? He's on fire.
He is. He's had a strong
Well,
night.
then it's possible.
They were going to
Saying there's
lose.
a chance.
I mean, you're right.
1 in a million?
That was, it was incredible.
Because all you're taught as a punter is
Thought on Gary Patterson going for 2 at TCU last week.
loved it.
TCU and Boykin was out. Mayfield now missing the second half of their last game. It's crazy.
Those interactive fan-guided segments. McGowan goes ahead
The
for the
standard
first.
they've set for themselves and one that George O'Leary had created. I think better days certainly ahead.
This is not one of those situations where you
Create and reinvigorate the program and create some excitement and energy.
Houston on Friday. Maybe that Houston team was looking ahead a little bit as this time Schneider is ripped down. What do you see in that redshirt freshman is on to punt here in the final minute. Forward chooses to return this as he is taking Stanford. Such a critical game for that resume building of Notre Dame.
He's got to play well. Had his worst game of his career against the Irish last year. Generally, throughout his career, bounce backs, wins and losses are a direct reflection of how he plays in games.
UCF winless, 0-12. South Florida finishes up the year strong. They will wait to see what happens with Temple. Perhaps they earn a trip to the American Conference Championship game.